Hey everyone, Andrew back again and welcome to another video, and I am finally back from my two different holidays. Had an absolutely fantastic time. It was really good to get away, but it was also good to be back home where I can get settled in again, start listening to music a lot more because I didn't really get a big opportunity while I was away, and yeah, just back to the everyday today stuff. So this is going to be a pretty large update. So this is going to be an update for a few weeks and just a combination of some birthday stuff. My birthday was earlier in the month, so some money from that, and also just a bit of extra spending while I was away. Unfortunately, I didn't really get to pick up anything on vinyl like I was hoping to. There was one record store at one of the places I went to, and it was the second to last day that I managed to get a bit of time to call into it. So pretty much the whole time I was there, which was for almost a week before visiting the store, I kept passing it by in the car and stuff, and I was pretty excited to get in there. It looked really good. And yeah, unfortunately, when I got in the store, it wasn't very good. The shop itself was pretty small, and they had a very small metal section, which is obviously the main stuff that I'm interested in picking up. To cut a long story short, their grading was horrific, and their prices were very high. We're talking a little bit more expensive than a lot of the stuff that I could probably find on eBay. So yeah, I didn't bother picking up anything from there. There wasn't really anything that I thought was worth picking up because either the grading was really bad on it. Like, they had one Wasp album that I was considering picking up until I saw and it was graded in good condition, and it had a bunch of rips and tears out of the front cover. It had big thick black texture pen written all over the front cover, and they considered that good condition, and they wanted $35 for it. It was ridiculous. So yeah, I didn't support that store and came away with nothing. So luckily JB Hi-Fi saved the day, and I picked up a bunch of CDs from there, and then I also picked up some stuff from my local independent music store downtown, which got a new bunch of CDs that I was interested in. So yeah, quick little rundown, so let's finally get on with this update. Alrighty, so we're going to start with the normal heavy metal first, and then I'm going to move on to thrash, and then I also picked up some Blu-ray, one Blu-ray and some Iron Maiden stuff. So yeah, quite a bit of stuff. So first up is Black Sabbath's Volume 4. This is one of the earlier albums from Black Sabbath that I did not own. I'm kind of surprised I didn't already. I'm still missing Paranoid. The main reason why it's taken me so long to pick this one up is I'm aiming to get these little digipacks, and I haven't come across them. I've only come across the jewel cases. So one of the JBs I called into had this in, so I decided to pick it up. So all I need now is Paranoid in this digipack set, and I will be good to go, at least for the earlier albums. This is one that I've had digitally for a while, and found the CD for a good price, and it is Joe Satriani, Surfing with the Alien. This is a fantastic album from the late 80s. If you're a massive fan of guitar instrumentals, I definitely highly recommend this album. As for his other work, he's got quite a large discography. I really haven't checked out too much of his other stuff, but I can certainly highly recommend this album. So yeah, as I said, if you're into guitar instrumentals, this one comes highly recommended. Really good. Went ahead and picked up a few more Judas Priest albums. They were really cheap. So we have Defenders of the Earth. I haven't really had a chance to sit down and listen to these properly. I've only really listened to a little bit of them online. Then we have Turbo. One I'm really looking forward to properly listening to, Screaming with Vengeance. And picked up the new album Redeemer of Souls, which I've listened to about half of this already, and it's fantastic. And to go along with my Judas Priest stuff, I went ahead and picked up the Essential Rob Halford. This is a 2-disc greatest hits, basically. I haven't really listened to this too much, but this was recommended to me from a few VC members, and from what I've heard, it's fantastic. So if you're a Judas Priest fan and for some reason you've never bothered with Rob Halford's solo work, from the brief few tracks I've listened to, I do recommend it. Then this was a cheapie, Alice Cooper Thrash. I'm trying to build my Alice Cooper collection sort of slowly but surely with this guy, and I'm mostly focusing on the 80s stuff as of right now. So yeah, that's Thrash, really good album. And this was another fairly cheap pickup, Lamb of God 7, their latest album, and I already picked up a couple of other Lamb of God albums, which I showed in a previous update. So I now own 3 of them, and that'll probably do. I think I've got enough Lamb of God to satisfy my needs with this band. Really good stuff though. I do like Lamb of God. Alrighty, now quickly moving on to some thrash. So went ahead and picked up Creators, Gods of Violence. Fantastic album, really good. I'm sure everyone is pretty familiar with this one. And to go along with that, I went ahead and picked up the 2-disc digipack of Phantom Antichrist, which is another exceptional album. This is a really nice set, by the way, and it was the same price as the standard release. So here's what it looks like: CD, DVD, and the booklet. To be completely honest, I definitely prefer the artwork of the standard, which is the same as this booklet. So I do prefer that artwork, but in saying that, this artwork here is not too bad either, so that's that one. Slowly, very slowly, building up my Testament collection. So picked up the latest album, Brotherhood of the Snake, which I've listened to about 3 times already, and it is fantastic. So I need Formation and the other name escapes me of the other album, but yeah, I'm pretty much 2 albums away from completing the Testament collection, so very happy with that. And as I said, this is an exceptional album. This was a pretty cool pickup off of eBay. Violence, Eternal Nightmare. This is just pure thrash from the late 80s. From start to finish, it's just absolutely fantastic. And I wasn't expecting it because it wasn't mentioned on the listing, but this was actually brand new, and it's a 2-disc set. So that was a nice little bonus when I received that in the mail. But yeah, this is an exceptional album. So if you're a fan of late 80s thrash and for some reason you've never heard it, definitely check it out. The last album for thrash, and the last CD for this update actually, or CDs actually, because it's a box set. I was kind of surprised to find this because it's sort of getting harder and harder to find, but my local JB Hi-Fi had this, and it is the Sepultura box set. This is the 5 albums that Max was involved with, so Schizophrenia, Beneath the Remains, Arise, Chaos AD, and Roots. I mostly picked this one up for Schizophrenia Beneath the Remains, oh I can't talk, and Arise, Arise being my favourite of the three. I'm not really a massive fan of Chaos AD or Roots, at least from what I've heard. I haven't listened to the whole albums yet, but this was essentially cheaper than picking up the three albums that I was interested on their own, so I went ahead and did that. And I'm a big fan of these little Roadrunner original album box sets anyway. I'm not going to take them out, I'm probably going to do a separate video on this, but yeah, this was one pickup that I was very, very happy to find. Okay, and now moving on to the Blu-rays and the DVDs. So the Blu-ray is the Beatles #1. So JB Hi-Fi recently had a 20% off all Blu-rays and DVDs, so I took advantage of that because most of the music stuff is a little bit pricey. This has been one I've been wanting for a while. Essentially, it's just basically videos and footage from the #1 greatest hits album. So really, really happy with that. Have not had a chance to sit down and watch this yet because I have been away, but looking forward to checking this one out. And very, very happy with the following pickups. Added quite a bit more into my Iron Maiden collection, which is great. A few DVDs and a vinyl. So we have Iron Maiden the Early Days, which is a documentary. So cannot wait to check this one out. Again, haven't had a lot of time recently, but this will be put on very, very soon. This was really, really cheap. Number of the Beast, which is basically a little making of the album, so that's pretty cool. The one that I was most excited to pick up is the Live After Death concert DVD. Cannot wait to check this one out. I've heard amazing things about it, and this has been a DVD that I've been wanting for quite a while. I'm so glad to finally own this one. And this was a really, really cool pickup. It's a little Iron Maiden 7-inch single of The Trooper. I don't normally pick up singles, but because The Trooper is my favourite Iron Maiden song of all time, I definitely wanted to pick this one up. And I got this for about $12, and it was brand new off of eBay. I got lucky, no one bid on it, so really, really happy with that. And the artwork on this is just absolutely phenomenal. So I'm not really too sure if I intend to pick up a few more Iron Maiden singles like this. They normally are kind of pricey, or at least more than what I'm willing to pay for it, but I did get a good deal on this, and since this is my favourite Iron Maiden song of all time, this was well worth picking up. So yeah, I may or may not pick up more of the Iron Maiden vinyl singles in the future. I haven't really decided yet, but for now, very, very happy with this one. Alrighty, so that does it for another music update. This was a huge one, a little bit bigger than I was actually intending on doing, but as I said, you know, it was my birthday. I had a little bit of extra money from that, and being away, I did want to splurge a little bit, and I certainly did that. In saying that though, I got a lot of good deals on a lot of these albums, and they were albums that I've been wanting to pick up for a while. So glad to fill in a few little holes from my collection. So yeah, a lot of great stuff that I'm really, really happy with finally picking up. Especially happy with adding more Iron Maiden stuff to the collection, especially those DVDs, which have been on my wish list forever. So yeah, happy to finally have those. And yeah, I've got a lot of watching and a lot of listening to do over the next few weeks, which I cannot wait for. So yeah, that pretty much does it for this update, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what some of your favourite albums were from this update, and thank you for watching.